That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. Take 1 second, go down and hit subscribe. Come back over and over again. We've got artists, authors, filmmakers, musicians, creative minds of all kinds on the Hangin' With Web Show. And we're here right now. We're at the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, post 3496. I had to read that. It's underneath a huge, giant, you know those, you guys have seen the movies, those great, big, huge spotlights? There's one right behind this camera. As far as you know, I'm telling the truth.
It's a 60K at least.
At least.
It's massive.
At least. But that's where we are in Orlando, Florida, and you're thinking, what are we doing here? Well, we're here with director, producer, actor, author. What don't you do? We're here with filmmaker Andrew Heller.
I was going to launch into drag queening, but I couldn't find shoes big enough for my skis.
Did you see the shoes behind you?
Oh yeah, I did. Believe me, my feet are still bigger than those.
Still bigger than those. Oh my Lord. All right, well we're here. We're at the private premiere of Trailer Park Tales, which is a series. This is the pilot, right?
Yeah, this is the pilot,
episode
for a television series called Trailer Park Tales.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about where did this come from?
It came from the dark recesses of my brain, which is where most things come from.
Valid.
And this came with a lot of my humor and quirkiness incorporated at about 3 o'clock.
We gotta love it when the stories come with,
exactly.
with you just
and
already in there, right?
At about 3 o'clock in the morning, and by the end of the day, I had 3 drafts written and had the whole pilot done.
That's fantastic.
And within 3 weeks, courtesy of Brenda Ingram, who came on as producer to help us out and get it going, we had it shot. And
wow.
It's been less than 3 months. So we went from casting, original creation, writing it, producing it, directing it, and then I starred in it. I've been in the acting business 50 years, and I was like, okay, we need one heavy hitter, and I was like, well, I don't really want to have to wear 16 hats, but in this case, at least get it kicked off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take on this role.
Okay.
So I did, and then we got it done. We did a 6-day shoot in 2.5 days.
Wow.
And it was like 19-hour days in 110-degree heat, and
yeah. Well, by the way, welcome to Florida in the summer.
Welcome to Florida in the summer.
Yeah.
And some of it we actually had to do in a motel room, an old motel room, and of course they got one of those rattling air conditioners.
The little rattling
ones go.
Yeah.
You know.
The little tiny ones.
Window rattlers.
Windows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And of course we couldn't even run that, so it was actually more humid inside the room than it was outside the room.
Wow.
Because we had lights running, cameras were overheating, and we got 12
well,
different people.
They're on the internet. They're all young out there on the internet, and they think Orlando, they think Disney World, they think big hotels.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we have to tell you, remember, this entire city is built on a swamp.
Yes.
It is literal. This was the mosquito state before central air and things. So when you turn the air off and tell a bunch of actors to go in and act.
Yeah.
If they look hot, they're not acting.
No, exactly.
That's a real.
This is the makeup girl.
He went really method on them.
Yeah.
For that day.
This is a makeup girl's nightmare, a director's nightmare, a cinematographer's nightmare, and an actor's nightmare, because you cannot have enough paper towels and enough makeup, because after every take you're swabbing and you're redoing makeup because it's the heat is just pouring.
Yeah, well.
And then you just got to stay in character, you know. God forbid.
Yeah, don't break character. Yeah. Wow, man. So episode 1, we're going to see tonight.
Yes.
That is the hitching post.
The hitching post.
All right, give us a little rundown here.
The hitching post. The whole genre for the series is. I've been in the business over 50 years. So what I did was I took a lot of technical skills from behind the camera, in front of the camera. I've been a part of the union 30 years. I was part of the behind the camera union as well. So I learned a lot of those skills, and I've been a writer since I was a kid. So what I did was I took a whole bunch of genres like Sergio Leone, directors, skills from him, skills from Eastwood, skills from Scorsese, stuff like that, and even Tarantino. And then I took stories and I spaghettied them, basically. I think that's the only way I can really explain it. And then I made it really quirky, and I took stories but made them trailer park today, and then just kind of like sauced them together. I think that's the best way I can explain it.
Wow. This is what's not in there. Oh my Lord. And is this an anthology, set up to be an anthology?
No, it's set up to be an entire series. And the joy is I've built a very, very strong relationship with the owner of Adler Entertainment Associates, who's a global distributor in Los Angeles. And A Gift of the Heart, which is something we can discuss in a moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
I told her what it was, and I sent her the script, and she went, I want it. She sent me the contract the very next day, and I was like, really?
All of our filmmakers out there
I only wrote it today. And they're all going, how did you do that? And she calls me on the phone. She's like, I need pictures, I need this, I need this, I need this.
Wow, man.
And she calls me on a personal phone, and I know filmmakers that have known her for 10 years, and they go, how did you do that? I said, it's called professionalism.
You've had a long career.
Very long.
And he just, okay. Yeah. No, but you've done so much behind the camera, in front of the camera. I mean, with a half a century under your belt,
absolutely,
it is. You've got a chance to learn and know so much about this industry.
Absolutely.
So when they get a phone call from you saying, hey, I've got this great idea, there's a half a century of wisdom and knowledge and fun.
Exactly.
And fun behind creativity. That's what we're all about.
I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do.
We try to tell our young creators, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Correct.
And you're going to work harder than you've ever worked in your life, and you won't care because you love what you do.
Correct.
Speaking of loving what you do, that takes us into A Gift of the Heart, because that's your book. You wrote the book.
Yep.
It is a true passion project for you.
Absolutely.
Been a long time in the making.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that journey for you.
Wow. A Gift of the Heart started out in 1990 when my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I was, it gives me goosebumps still to this day. God rest her soul. Love you, Mom. And I found myself in a position where I couldn't do anything. Everything was out of my control. But then when I really started to cogitate the gravity of what I was dealing with on a global basis, and I really started to look at the bigger picture on a global scale. How many people are affected by it, cancer in one form or another? How many children die? How many people die? Cancer is indiscriminate. They don't care what country you come from. They don't care what language you speak. They don't care what color you are, and they don't care what your age is. Mm-hmm. It's going to attack you, and it's going to kill you if that's its intention. And there's pretty much not a whole heck of a lot we can do. And what struck me was, how do I send a message of humility, love, and compassion, and get the world to really see it from the perspective of our daily lives? Because, and especially now with the technological age, we spend too much time staring into a cell phone. We're completely disconnected to the reality of our next door neighbor who may be dying of cancer. Or until it becomes right in our face, our own child could be suffering and not know it until it's too late. And it's devastating to most families when it happens.
It's an amazing time. We have all of these fantastic tools for getting connected, and yet we only share the superficial. We don't share those stories.
Correct.
We share, hey, I had a bologna sandwich for lunch today, and that's what you get. You don't get, those human stories.
Correct.
About the journey that we're all on. So
Correct.
when you found out that your mom had this terrible disease.
Right. So I wrote the screenplay, and then I wrote the book, and then it was immediately optioned. It was the very first screenplay that I'd written. I'd been an actor for many, many years. And it was my first I'd been writing, but I'd never written a screenplay. But this was something that I thought about I thought, how can I attack the story and impact as many lives globally with the greatest knowledge that I have? This is the only way I can, because I'm not a multi-millionaire. I can't just go out there and start helping people. But I can at least send the message that there are people that care, that there is some humility, there is humanity, and there is love out there, and people do care, and we do pay attention. And that's what I've tried to present with this. And we've been groundbreaking with this film, because once I got it back from the producer who did absolutely nothing with it, I was angry, I was raising a family, and I just kind of shelved it. Once I got past my own, anguish over it all, I said, you know what, I became disabled because of my neck and my back and just working myself to death, basically. And I just said, you know what, this is something I need to do, because I've got a lot of life to live yet. And what's more purposeful than finding a purpose and a passion to do something great on a global scale and help and send a message that helps as many people on a global scale without border, without color, without language, and without age. And so I updated the screenplay, I updated the book, and I relaunched it all 2.5 years ago, and it just kind of took off on its own. And I have some
As
wonderful
artists, we love it when that happens.
Yeah.
As an artist telling a subject that you're so passionate about, that's an amazing feeling to know that people are reading your story, people are ready to see your story on screen.
Yeah.
You're with the book out there, you're already touching lives.
Exactly.
You're already teaching people. You're already showing them that there's a caring hand.
Right.
As a filmmaker, you're about to launch and do that same thing for a larger group.
Exactly.
Sadly, as authors, we have to say there are more people going to the movies than there are buying books.
Yes, unfortunately.
But that's okay, because you can get this in both places. We're going to put links down below so you can go on over to Amazon and check out the book before you see the film. Or wait, no spoilers. Put the book on the table, see the film, then compare the two. Either way, get the message. 50 years of filming, 50 years on set, behind the camera, in front of the camera, somewhere. What's the greatest memory? What's the best moment you've had on set as an actor, as an artist?
I think my greatest moment is happening as we speak.
That's right. He's on the Hangin With Web Show. This is the pinnacle of an artist's career.
This guy rocks, I swear. This is it, right here.
If you pitch it down the middle, we got to hit it, all right? Just saying.
Out of the park.
I think we're talking about putting a group of people together and showing your work.
The people that I put together, the team that I put together, are just as passionate as I am. I've got cancer survivors. I've got a lifetime Miss World International Tourism Queen. That's my spokesperson. And the passion behind it is the drive, because what we've done with this film is we've done something that no other film in history has ever done. We have a mission statement that clearly states on our page at agiftoftheheart.com, that clearly states that our intention is to give a large portion of our net proceeds from the film and the books and all that to families and kids in need that are suffering and dealing with cancer issues.
Wow.
First in history. Also, first in history, we have the Texas Governor's Commendation. We have the Arkansas Governor's Commendation. We have Mayor Buddy Dyer's Commendation here locally. And we have a Louisiana Senator's Commendation. And we're hoping we will actually have the President's Commendation in a picture with him soon as well. And these are things that are important to us. And people ask me, well, political questions. Look, it's not about the politics. Everybody
when you're an artist and a creator out there, and a politician comes along and commends you on your work, the number one thing you are is a storyteller. You
Correct.
tell a story about the human condition.
Correct.
So when anyone, a leader, a politician, a business leader comes and commends you on your story, you're not buying into their agenda, they're buying into yours.
Correct.
They're telling you you're a good storyteller and your story is going to touch lives.
Correct. And it touches their lives.
And as an artist, there's no bigger compliment that we can get.
There is no bigger compliment. It's not where they're coming from. The fact is as you say, it's juxtaposed. They're paying more attention to what you're doing as opposed to their agenda. So now you're getting their attention, which helps you get that message out, which is all I'm trying to do. I'm not a politician. I'm an artist. I'm a creator, and that's what I do. And that's what I love.
Arguably, history tells us that the artists and the creators are at the spear tip for the social change and evolution that you want to see. It's the artists and the creators that have always driven issues and put them out front, whether they be diseases or politics or whatever.
Absolutely.
We're the ones that are going to show them to the world and get people to think.
Correct.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
If we're really lucky.
If we're really, really lucky. That's my shut up card. She's going to tell us it's time to go. But as we do that, we're going to say thank you to our partners and our friends at Something Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, our great friend, author Yvonne Mason over at Off the Chain Radio, our great friends over in Melbourne, Florida at Pound the Grape, great little place to sit. If you ever wanted a place to write, just sit down and have a glass of wine and write. Fantastic little place. Embellish Effects here in Orlando, Florida. Tell your makeup artist, Embellish Effects, everything you need for anything ever. From drag queens to movie actors.
And don't forget to always stay tuned to this show, right?
Yeah, we want you to come back over and over and over again, guys.
Over and over and over.
We've got artists.
Share it, spread it.
That's right. Share these artists. Share these artists.
That's the word.
Make it viral. That's the one.
I'm trying to keep up with the kids.
All the kids are saying viral videos.
There you go.
We have 500 episodes. Make them all viral. We would love that. Guys, we're here with Andrew Heller, the director, actor, filmmaker, the creative mind behind Trailer Park Tales, which we're going to put a little link down below so you can find them online. Also behind Gift of the Heart. We're going to send you over to that website so you can check out an amazing book and an amazing movie when it comes out.
Absolutely. And thank you so much to your audience, and thank you so much to you for having us on and participating and allowing us to get the message out. Thank you so much to your audience, and thank you again.
Thank you very much. Guys, remember, stay tuned in, stay logged on, see who we're hanging with next.
Filmmaker.